My name is Jack Snelling and I was born on the 24th of February 1995. My mum told me that on the day that I was born, my dad wasn't home, so they had to go pick him up on the way to the hospital. I don't think she was too happy, neither would my dad be, but I wouldn't be if I was a parent because I was late to the party anyway. I think I was like 2-3 weeks late. So yeah, what are you gonna do? I ruined that day, I guess. I ruined my own day of birth, I guess. I live in this small town called Southwood-on-Ferrers. That's just outside the city of Chelmsford, which is located in Essex, which is in England. I've spent a lot of my time there. My parents got divorced when I was super young. I can't really remember much time them being together. Most of my life they've been apart, which has been okay, and I've had a good life. I live with my mum and sister. My sister's name is Hannah, my mum's name is Susan. Because of my parents being divorced for a long time, me and my sister spent a lot of time with my mum and my nan. My nan's called Fifi, she's great. My dad was a fireman in London. Basically, I don't know much about his job, but I like to picture him always running to burning buildings, saving the day, things like that. It's kind of childish, but I've always done that. He did that for the best part of about 30 years, which is a long time. Now, growing up, I was never like a bad kid. I never had fights with my parents, but when I got into trouble, I was absolutely petrified of them, and devil horns on my head soon disappeared when I ran away. So we fast forward to September. This was about the time when I started school, and I made loads of friends, some of which I'm still friends with today, and I still regularly meet up with, which is super nice, which is quite rare you find that these days, but I love my friend to pieces. It was great. I remember this one time actually, we used to play Bulldog in the school playground, and the wall was home, so if you touched that you couldn't get out. I remember running so fast, I pelted into this wall at full speed, didn't even think about slowing down, and before I know it, there was a huge bang, I'm knocked out, I'm laying on the floor, and my face ultimately paid the price for me not slowing down. I think I had like black teeth, I had huge greys on my chin and cuts all over my face. I was a pretty ugly kid, but I became even uglier that day. I was a good student at school, but there was times I got bullied. There was a couple of years where I got bullied quite badly. I'm not going to name them because I'm over that and they did it for a reason and I didn't like it, of course, but things got so bad that I had to have my mum or my nan stand with me before we got called into school, otherwise I'd just run away. It was that bad sometimes. So we fast forward now to 2006, 2007? Was it 2000? Let's go 2006. I think it's 2006. Let's go with that, yeah. So we fast forward to that, and it's now time for me to reinvent myself as I get to go to big school, which is secondary school. I went to William de Ferrers Secondary School. I think that's what its official title, whatever. Lucky enough, I was able to put in the same tutor group as my friends that I made in Collingwood. We made like a chain thing, so we managed to get together, which was super good because I needed it, you know, it was great. I was in tutor group M, which was the best, not gonna lie. And our school used to make us run the field 5 times when it came to cross country, and I remember this one time I got like the 3rd fastest time. The reason being so is because I walked it, and I finished my 2nd lap the same time all the sporty kids finished their 5th. So I just finished I finished the same time as them, and fooled the teachers into thinking that I'd done my 5 laps. So that was how I got like the 3rd fastest time. I think I pissed off a lot of people, but who cares? I'm not doing 5 laps. When you go to secondary school, everyone tells you that you're always going to go through changes, and I kind of just shrugged it off. I mean, that's what I did. Which is why I want to talk to you about the change. There's a few things in here that I haven't even told my family. So when this goes through, I just want to say in advance, I'm sorry, Mum. So aside from the usual puberty, what else would you get? You get like unexpected growth, even I think, yeah, like when your voice breaks, you go through changes not only just in yourself, but like mentally as well. Like I got a bit outspoken. There was that one time I got, something like 1 million detentions. Again, not proud of it, but again, I'm very sorry, Mum. Love you. Yeah, let's just get rid of that. That's next one. Okay, cool. But then I became more vocal in the sense that I thought I was right and I thought a lot of people were wrong, and I got very vocal. I even found like new tastes like in music and stuff like that. There was even times when I was supposed to be at school, but I would get dropped off and then just come home and call in saying I was ill. You shouldn't ever do that. So again, for the third time, I'm really, really sorry, Mum. I love you lots, but not Hannah though. Fine, Hannah. But there was even times where, like, as well, I would get new music taste. Like there was this one time when Hannah and her friend were supposed to go to a concert, and last minute her friend couldn't make it, so I took the place, and it was my first ever gig, and it was the O2 in London in Greenwich, and the band that we were seeing, which I still to this day can't believe, were Green Day. And from start to finish, I just loved it. You know, it was an amazing, electrifying show. I got really into them. I listened to them everywhere I go. I got a lot of philosophies from them, and it changed my life. But whatever. Let's go back to school. That's not what we're talking about here. So my favourite years of school were probably my last two, because even though you have GCSEs, revision, you choose whether you go college or sixth form, and there's probably something else that I've forgotten. But they were my favourites. I even got like my first proper girlfriend there. She's a lot prettier in real life as opposed to this drawing. Her name was Abby, and it was great because it was the first time I was growing up and I was getting new things. But there were some bad times, which bad times suck. From 2006, I started secondary school. I was quite big. For my age, I was very big. I got a lot of comments, which made me very conscious about my weight, which didn't make me happy. So in year 10, I kind of just stopped eating. If I had food, I'd give it away. If I had lunch, I'd give it away. And come about April 2010, I was a little bit overweight. August that same year, I was underweight really bad. It wasn't a good thing. I was so skinny that my girlfriend at the time, Abby, we'd always complain that our hips hit each other. Like our hip bones were so prominent that they hit each other. And that was a very bad idea, not eating. So you shouldn't ever do that. It was a very stupid thing to do. But oh, did I mention year 10 was the first time that I started vlogging? I had like a really bad laptop with a bad webcam, and I did it in my bedroom. Bow chicka wow wow. And my first video thing, you know, was called, oh, my first video thing, you know. And I remember getting something like 300 views, and I was thinking, wow, this is good. This is amazing. This is well, what can I say? I can't believe people wanted to watch it. This is what I want to do. But anyway, come September 2011, school was finishing, and I got enough grades. I got good enough grades to go to college, and I loved college. College was great. It was about that time though that unfortunately me and Abby broke up, and it sucked. I blamed myself for a lot of it, and I was just very mean to myself. I didn't like that time, but I was surrounded by good people. And college was the same time where I met my friend Keaton. I just can't draw Keaton. There we go, fixed. And we like snapped. We snapped. Is a word I would say? I don't know, but you probably know him from Chase the Diamond. He's kind of a big deal. So I loved college. I loved everything about it. I got treated like an adult. I had freedom, and I earned respect as well from a lot of people, which was nice, which you don't see that a lot. Then come my second year, college got even better because I met someone new. That person again is a lot prettier in real life, and her name was Chloe. I soon made her my girlfriend, and we were together for about 3 years, and I loved it. It was great. It's the best 3 years of my life. At the end of second year, it came to university, and I didn't know whether I wanted to go to work or whether I wanted to go to uni. So I applied for both uni, right? And I thought I'll just go. If I get in, I'll go. And I applied for the University of Arts, Southampton, Southend, and Cambridge. Yes, Cambridge. I got into all of them, but then at that point I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go. I'm going to go to work instead. And uni very quickly went out the window. So I got my first job in the summer. I worked at the hospital that my mum worked at. I first worked in the office, then I moved on to being a porter, which I wheeled patients about, and then I spent a lot of my time in the stores. I was basically a delivery boy. And I hated it. I hated it from day one. It was so bad. I hated going in. And I stayed there for 3 years. So if we fast forward to December 2014, it was time for work again, but at a new place. I got a job working with computers with these on. And I loved it. It was great. I don't even like apples, like the fruit that is. It's so dumb. I hate apples. I like the computers though. Anyway, and things were great. I loved it. I loved it so much. I got new experiences and new people to meet, and it was lovely. It got good until about 11 months in. It was around about that time that me and Chloe broke up and things got bad for me again. It was a messy breakup, and just like the previous one, I blamed myself for a lot and I found it hard to cope. I really didn't look after myself. I didn't like myself, and I had these really dark thoughts. I didn't want to be here. It got so bad that I would just disappear at random parts of the day, and I'd just go for a drive just to get these ideas out of my head. It wasn't a good time for me, and it was about this time in February following, things got a little bit worse. I was at work because I had all these problems in my head, and I thought I was a lot worse than I was. I found it hard to accept help, and in the end, it was best that I left my job, and I did. I didn't have any arguments, I just left. I got to focus on myself, and I became a lot better. But there was one good thing to happen at this time. It was about December. I got a call from my friend Keaton, and he rang me or sent me a message, and he basically just, "Hey man, do you want to be in a video?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, what I've got to lose, things are good for me." And one day, I think it was December, we went to his house, we filmed it, and I think it was uploaded that same day. And a few people have watched it since, about 180,000 to be fair. Some have liked it too, and there's nearly 5,000 of those, which is kind of a big deal, as that's quite a large number. Now I get to say that my job is to make videos with my best friend Keaton, which is super fun on Chase the Diamond, and I really like where it's heading. Like, we have a lot planned, and I'm glad I get to do it with him. So that's about it now. That's up to date. My name is Jack Snelling. I'm 21 years old. I don't know where I'll be in 3 years, but all I do know is wherever it's heading, I'm just getting started.